Hi guys, Harry Yotis here, professional trader for 20 years now. Started my career in 2005, still alive in 2026. So today, Thursday the 13th of August, we are making new highs again. Okay? Again. Let's repeat that. This looks good because we were worried that this breakout might not last here on Tuesday the 4th, this big candle, and we were waiting for this breakout to be, to consolidate itself, to find its legs by staying at highs for at least 1 to 3 weeks. It's been 1.5 weeks now. So it's probably a real breakout. We did get that flag here and breaking out to new highs. So, don't short new highs. That's what they say. So you go with the trend. Okay. We had a big run before, consolidation, and move higher. Okay, so we're going to get to the new highs and what that means. But first, the technical picture, we know it's bullish. We're at new highs. Okay, technical picture, clearly bullish. Sentiment now, are we crazy? No, we're still middle of greed. It's getting there. We're getting to the point where we might actually hit extreme greed for the first time during this entire bull run. Okay, so I like to see the breadth coming back from extreme fear, cycling to neutral. Maybe we get to extreme greed on the breadth. Who knows? Yet this again bothers me. A lot of calls still being bought, but you never know. Okay, they could be 0 DTE and they expire. So this is the only worrisome thing that I see going out forward. So we don't know when there's going to be a correction. It will. There's going to be a pullback, a down move. Okay, some of these call guys will get hit. Okay, but it doesn't mean it's the end of this bull run. Okay, it's just a wash. It could be a washout. Okay, and so we did have this today on Thursday. We always have the AAII investor sentiment. It has a new look. Okay, and look, just 34% bullish, where the average is 37, and the bears are still there, 38% bearish. So you do have negative sentiment at the highs. Exactly what you want to see by the retail investor. So everybody's worried at the highs. It's what you want to see exactly. Okay, so sentiment is still bullish, although we're getting to the point where we might get extreme greed for a pullback. We don't know. Okay, I think, let's look at the VIX. Okay, it'll tell us everything. The VIX is close to lows. It could still go lower, but it could stay low forever, as we've seen here. Okay, we're at 14.64. We've seen the VIX in the single digits. Okay, and it can go lower, but all you need is once it goes lower, one spike. Okay, here we had 1 2-day spike, then back to bull run. One little spike here, back to bull run. Okay, one little spike just to get it up to the 18, 16 level. As long as it hovers around here, it's very bullish. And it could do that. It could just cycle from these levels from like 14, 13, 20, back down there. As long as it stays within this range, this is very, very bullish and good. Okay, this is what you want to see as a bull. But it's steady. People get scared because you see a steady grinding move higher, okay, which could portend one of those mega drawdowns, okay, like a 2-3% drop, okay, over 2-3 days. Very, very possible. However, we do know that since the sentiment is still very bearish at the highs, that's probably not going to last, okay? So today we did have a big macro print. Producer price inflation, yay, the second one, okay, nothing, 0. Inflation down, okay, so we had CPI yesterday, we had PPI today, all down, and we have negative jobs. Okay, so what is the Fedwatch tool? Keep telling you guys, Fedwatch tool. Now we're at 65% for the September meeting of no hike. Like we said, this was down to nothing. It was the opposite. It was 65% chance of a hike and 34% chance of nothing. But as I told you guys, I'm expecting no hike in all, at least until the midterm and all of 2026. And in fact, I think the next move, I keep saying it, is a cut. Whenever the Fed moves, it's going to be a cut, not a hike. We're weakening, getting slower and slower, okay? And in December, now we're back to 33% after. We were at 25, now 33. Wait till we get to the 66 level. Okay, we were at 10%. The entire market thought that they were going to raise rates. That's crazy. Okay, there's no inflation, okay? And you can see it in the oil market. Okay, despite the war, it's still on a downtrend. It's still not at $100 a barrel. It's 81. It's going to have some effect, but not big. Okay, this spike wasn't enough to destroy the PPI or the CPI. Okay, that is very, very bearish oil and good for SPY. Okay, it's very, very good for SPY. So let's get to the new highs. Okay, all the new highs let's look at markets vis-a-vis each other and what we should expect going forward. We see the SPY at new highs. Okay, but what about the leading index? Usually it's the tech. Okay, but no, it's not at new highs, yet it's coming there. Okay, and I think as these guys move higher, as tech moves higher, it's going to keep a bid in the market. Okay, it's going to keep some kind of bid in the market. What about SMH, the semiconductors? That's not as high. Okay, that could catch up too, slowly. Okay, even though the market itself is better, we're getting breadth, which means we're getting the breadth increasing, as we saw before here. In the breadth indicator, it was at extreme fear. Now it's back cycling into neutral. That means other stocks are picking up the slack that the semis are not. Okay, so that's good too. Okay, so we have the relative strength of the markets. SMH semiconductors are gonna make a small comeback. I still think SPY overall is gonna be stronger than the rest, and maybe QQQ catches back, breaks into new highs, and catches up to the SPY. Okay, this will be very, very bullish going forward. Okay, so what about our favorite play right now, gold? Today, I see weakness in gold. It might be weak for a couple of days. We said it's going to go to the 4,400, hit this big resistance level, and probably go down maybe back to 42, 41.80, this level, before going higher again. We could actually see weakness all the way into September, October, because I suspect September, October might get weak. Okay, so gold will be weak too. But I think by October, at the latest, it bottoms, and then we go higher. If not, we can hit a bottom and then rip higher even before September, October come. Okay, so I'm still bullish gold. I think whatever happens, we form a new, a higher low, and then continue to go higher. Okay, so that's my future prediction for gold. So we did have an earnings trade today on Applied Materials at semiconductor. Okay, this will tell us how the semiconductor space goes, and they were expecting 3.4 earnings per share and about 9 billion in revenues. And what did they get? Let's see here. It's tough to see. The latest news. Okay. Nope. Adjusted EPS of 350, so they beat. And Q3 revenues of 912. So basically they beat on both the top and bottom line, and yet after hours today it's trading at 514 from 534 close. Okay, so this is the pattern. We see a lot of stocks, not always, but we see a lot of the stocks beating their estimates and yet trading lower after. Okay, so they're getting tired, a little bit tired. Okay, but we don't know. This is just today. Tomorrow morning is where we have to see where it trades. Okay, so because this is, the semis, they're a bit lagging. Okay, I expect these guys to come back over time. Okay, the semiconductor space and tech to come back over time. But now we're getting weakness in the space. People are dumping. Okay, it's summer, it's low volume, they're just dumping. Okay, you can see it in the SPY. Okay, the SPY, yes, it's climbing, but the volume is lower than it's been in the past. A couple times, maybe slightly below average. Okay, nothing too great. But this is summer trading. August, people are on vacation, so we're drifting higher. We're going with the trend. We're doing these passive flows that are making everybody crazy and scared. Whenever the market goes up slowly like this, people get scared. Okay, this is good. Okay, but expect a downturn soon to recycle the VIX. Back up maybe to 17, 18 before going down again. Okay, this is what I think is going to happen going into the end of the month. Okay, September, October, we might have that negative seasonality coming. I'll see it. We're probably going to play out that way because seasonality has been playing out so far. Didn't last year, but maybe that's why this year it might. Okay, we don't know yet. We're going to have to wait and see on that. So that's it, guys. It's just a recap of what happened on Thursday. The market is generally bullish, expecting a down move quickly just to recycle the VIX before going up. And one of the key things, the PPI down to nothing. Inflation is down to nothing, guys. And that's why the Fedwatch tool is recycling into no hike. Okay, no hike. I don't think we get any hikes, and that's going to be good for the market in the short term. Okay, in the short term. So that's it, guys. Let's see what happens tomorrow. End of the week.